what's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not.
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gui. What's going on?
Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millelith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone! I asked the Millelith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I could ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people.
Junction can help.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Changsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Uncle Baiju?
Changsheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Uncle... Dr. Baiju.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Ride. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is! Do you know my mom, Dr. Baiju?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the...
Family is...
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millelith guards at the city gates, see if...
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either.
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything
Hey there, buddy. Dr. Baju.
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any...
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of man. As for updates... I'm sorry to...
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great. We can't...
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying. Can you hear me?
Look! There's somebody over there! Don't go any further!
Watch where you're going!
Dear customer, Longsheng Funeral Parlor. Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? It's the...
I see.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu. Your name is Jia Liang.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us.
Hold on a second. You're not...
Huh?
Come on, Baiju. Don't tell me. Why do I get...
Use what? What are you talking about?
There are...
Yes, but...
Paimon, sorry.
There's no... It is the swarm... Besides...
Now you're...
Me...
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharma. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping you. I'm happy to do...
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. Blockages within the cardiovascular system. I see.
Dr. Baiju?
Don't you worry. Bye.
Ayu, do you know when your father first...
I'm not sure.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan and... Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise...
Thank you, Dr. Baiju.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, Baiju and Chuck.
Bye.
Are you ready, Baiju?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baiju mention those people from... Yeah, you must...
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked doc's doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to... Actually,
Oh, and also, how come you and Baiju could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng funeral... Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baiju...
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was...
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, my grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng... But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous... And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the...
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And But even that says to me that he One thing I do know about Baiju is that he's... Anyway, so... I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baiju himself about all of this tomorrow.
Dad! Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom...
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baiju's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baiju. My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years. Not at all, Dr. Baiju. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again? You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is gone, but how did you
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you... Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baiju. I'm not that
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baiju, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Changsheng and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a traveler? Paimon, the truth is, Baiju did not cure Jialiang's. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient. Baiju, can you please
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using God... The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng...
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance.
Still, Baiju's life traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll... Baiju, don't you think you should seize this opportunity?
Thank you, traveler. And
Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you.
the poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to, as well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison. We should...
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jialiang is doing. Whoa!
Nor have I.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here.
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her...
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jia. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met?
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but the last time she visited us, she and master had some sort of quarrel.
Quarrel? I don't know. I did not witness the...
Nor did master ever explain it to me.
Oh, so that's why you went to such
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would...
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good...
What the... Okay, that was the most...
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little... Let's split up. But if any...
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is...
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison is it? Breathing?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison... Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in The Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison and
Offshoots?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison...
The gall of the...
Only one
this is getting crazier. Hey, since this... You mean... Think a little... Huh? So you're saying... Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison...
I agree.
Look at the fact...
It's too early to... Yes. So if we can... Do you know anything about God remain?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory.
whoa. What? Enter a contract? Share life force? Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like... With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of... Stronger and healthier? Baiju, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her... Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baiju, you're... Mannequin Man! This is exactly why your natural temperament...
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand.
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd... What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you...
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Gets Paimon... Aren't all Adepti in the habit of material...
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh?
Baiju of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the lantern right when we met briefly. I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two are...
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has... Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon... I now know what you seek. It is true that a vile monster known as the Che once wrought havoc over this land. Before the land was finally cleansed of poison, when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa Village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Che is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura... I do not like to intervene against mortals, but when demonic forces are involved, Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips.
Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath.
It's Jiaoyang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? Based on past experience, he should have been...
It seems that my word... Everyone, back to Boo...
Dad, what's wrong?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be back.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baishu, you're back! My dad was doing fine early.
When Gui left, he...
Gui, please take Jia Liang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will...
Baishu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he?
Oh, please stop.
But...
Is there really no other way to save Jia Liang?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baiju?
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still...
Oh, really?
No, the adventure...
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said.
Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr.
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his face ever since he went... Huh? Hey, wait up!
Huh?
You're finally awake?
There was no time. I had no other choice. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes new...
So, how much longer do you think... They've been outside waiting for you the whole time. Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baiju! Changsheng! Jialiang seemed...
And as a result...
What?
Yes. Jia Liang, though it was...
Had he not taken it all these years...
Still. Moreover...
That explains...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around. Because humans have known... I fear that the situation is...
I never suspected that even Zhang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond...
Well, I think that it's too... In any case, I have stabilized Jia Liang's condition for now. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period, and given that she's already been missing for several days...
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
Ah! It's Jia Liang!
Dr. Baiju, you've already done so much for my family. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will...
No! We're out of time before I forget everything.
This trip will be extremely dangerous. and there is a very real
I never expected to. There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well.
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a... Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and one...
Dr. Baiju?
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time.
Okay.
It's just like the day I went missing.
The Mother Lode's influence is growing stronger. Jialiang, can you sense which direction?
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious...
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead? The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, but why did they abandon this place without...
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jialiang. Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
As a good night should. Leave it all to me. I'll catch up.
Wind blade!
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves a...
I believe this censer was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned no doubt an encounter with after them.
That's right. This sensor. This is where.
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Witness the power of the wild. Rain out.
The doctor will see you.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
The doctor will see you.
Seems like an emergency.
Eat this! I must leave no...
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
Nice and spicy.
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
If God remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Steady as stone.
Remember, health comes first. A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you. No, my sword! Goba, get them!
Wind blade! With the wind!
Mind the side effects.
The doctor will see you.
This seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
Leave it all to me.
Wind blade!
Mind the side effects.
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we...
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's just... It's not as simple as that. The poison within Jialiang's body is if the source is purged, the poison... and the poison within Jialiang... Oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains...
I wondered when the state...
Wait! Baiju, you're a great doctor!
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time.
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you. Right up until...
Dr. Baiju, give it to me.
The god remains have reached her internal
But, Dr. Baiju, I'm all too... If I continue to sustain my own life using the... I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade. If my choice can bring Jiangli back...
Jialiang...
After cheating death for so long... Travel...
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm so...
Jialiang... Baiju, Changsheng...
I am sure that over the years, Jiang...
Mortals are... What a crazy situation. Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life. And now...
I've seen many
In the human realm, at least. That's what generation...
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of... I cannot help but think...
When all this began... I've said my goodbyes.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memory.
I'll take it.
Mom, something's really... Don't fret.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live... Oh, how I would love... Dear...
Jialiang! Jialiang! Jialiang!
Dad, are you awake?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so,
Dr. Baizhu, I...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I am as interested as you to find. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement...
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were, in the end, I am merely a doctor. All I know is that if I... And even this would have counted for...
Oops.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then.
Director Hu told me to...
Never underestimate.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing... Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's enough...
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. If you're serious... Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you up.
All's well that ends well. If you have... At times like...
It feels like it was a whole lifetime.
Yay! Paimon killed! Alright, first things first.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so...
Don't mention it, Jiangli.
Just your duty, huh? Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changshang, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're...
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, but I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding. Not just that, Baizhu.
Huh.
Life force is...
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, when I treated Jia Liang for the second time, There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however, now that the source has been destroyed.
But you took such a huge risk. The reason I left our master and went into hiding, but in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death?
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought...
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli.
Hey, food's ready!
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a lot.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Baizhu, I know I won't. Chi-Chi, Gui.
There's no need to worry, Jia.
I can...
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps...
It is...
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict
But when one... Though they know better, they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame.
So...
Changsheng's... I have nothing but the utmost respect for my
Huh? But... didn't you already transfer...
What makes a poison poison? If disease is defined as many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poison. I don't want those who come after me. Precisely.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality.
But isn't... For a selfish moth like me...
For what?
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you...
We also have... Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy...
True. And yet, are such things...